Right, we're back. Welcome back, everyone. Sound? Yes. So I feel awful about what happened to Vess. A little bit awful. I almost feel worse about letting Broche down than I do about letting Vess die. But it happened, and we're not gonna reload. Let's go to Skellige. I think it's time. Shall we? Do we have any other business here right now? Got lucky on that Hangman's Venom. And all we need is Arenaria, and we'll worry about that when we get to Skellige. We don't need it right away. We've got the recipe. Most important part. Shall we? Fed the dogs, and now I have
bad idea.
Dog hairs in my mouth. Who's that? Ow. You're the one who's got a weapon. Ow. Why did Tin Boy attack? I don't know what to tell you. He's just standing there minding my own.
Your time to die.
Ow. This is not gonna go so well with fists, is it? We're gonna be here for 20 minutes, and then something very bad's gonna happen.
You smell like dead meat, arsehole.
Hey, they asked for it. Aren't we buds with Tin Boy? I thought we were. I'm gonna pick this crap up. I guess we'll go sell it to Hattori before we move on, since we're still right here by Hattori. Yeah, why do you think that even happened?
Looking for something unusual.
I don't see any guards around.
Greetings, Ibeer.
Greetings, Geralt. How might I be?
What do you have on
Is
offer?
there anything different if you beat them with fists? What do you mean by different? You do a lot less damage. You're still doing damage even with fists, so it's not impossible to kill them that way. Maybe it wasn't Tin Boy, it's his twin. Yeah, satisfaction, that's what you get if you beat them with fists. S7 knows what's up. You get a lot of satisfaction. I still cannot get the, there's one. I don't think you can see this. It's gonna be too small, right? Not gonna show up on camera. Man, I don't know how many dog hairs I've got stuck to my beard and mustache right now, but...
So long.
Husky fur. Back to the glory gate.
No loitering round here.
What were you doing to the poor dog? Did I do something to a poor dog? Hopefully nothing. Telling you, there is no end. There is no end to the dog fur. Rango, if you're still there, just a heads up. We are headed to Skellige. We will be engaging the main quest line, at least for a little bit.
As Yennefer of Vengerberg told it, there had been a magic explosion in Skellige. Related to Ciri's reappearance, it had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the sorcerers and seek further clues of Ciri's whereabouts.
Let's drop a hard save here. Skellige music. Hey.
Take a seat, sir, to know when it's raining.
Nice. Geralt, that was splendid. That was even better. You want to try one more time? I just attacked some random shit. Who did I just piss off anyways? Damn. See what you do? You gotta watch that fire, Geralt. I'm just getting in all sorts of trouble. No, fuck you! This time you'll burn on purpose. All I wanted was the honeycomb. Jeez. Are these the town guards? I don't think so. Either way, you know, so I was a little off target with my fire. They had to get all huffy puffy about it. All right, Geralt, it's right in front of you now. Thank you. Yeah, town guards are obscene levels. Soldiers, actual town guards. Care trolled.
Come on, trim it. Got to be ready. Keep it back.
Here's a manly one. Not like a good
Our time amongst the living is but the wink of an eye. What's left when we are gone? How shall we be remembered? Will they speak of us with respect?
Wasn't even thinking of it when I played this song during the break. That we'd be hearing it a few minutes later.
You need not do this, child.
I know, but I want to.
Harold, cut the goofy smile. This is a funeral.
Tis madness. Such a young lass.
Erna should be the one going. They shared a bed longer.
Silence. It is her decision.
You see what's happening.
Are you my nightmare? Or am I yours?
Hey, Matthew, what are you doing?
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. The eulogy.
King Bran of Clan Twirsech has embarked on his final voyage. At its end, our glorious ancestors await him. Together they will hunt and raid. They will sit round the fire and praise the deeds of ages past. For now, he lives in our hearts. One day, we too shall stand at his side and face the sea together. That will be a good day.
This is a funeral, Geralt. No pulling husky fur. It's a funeral.
You knew Bran?
Yes, he was well respected. Unlike his wife.
Skellige is its clans. In times of war, tradition holds the clans unite under the leadership of their king. We've bid Bran farewell. Time to pick his successor who will lead us against the Black Ones. The gates of Caer Troll stand open to all who hail Bran of Clan Twirsech dear. Mead and meat will be plentiful. During the wake, those who believe themselves worthy of the crown will step forth.
Hope we don't don't have to go to this wake.
Well, we don't have to go. Feasts in Skellige, so predictable. Slobbering drunks, brazen boasting, and the inevitable rows that result.
Yeah, nothing like the banquets mages attend. Remember the one on Thanid?
You were there. How could I forget? I also remember excruciatingly well what happened after the banquet.
Yes, well. Don't you worry about what's in your head, Yen.
Stop reading my mind.
Something to hide?
Don't like secrets?
No. Did you learn anything in Velen?
Velen. Awful place. Somehow Ciri wound up at the castle of the local ruler, a baron, self-proclaimed. This was after she was injured.
Injured? Was it serious?
Don't think so. Must have recovered because this baron sent her on to Novigrad. Think she was looking for you at the time. These witches Ciri came across, she was lucky to escape them.
Witches?
Creatures, more like. Can't say exactly what they are, but they're dangerous. Very. Also ran into an old friend of ours in Velen, Kira.
What on earth is Kira Metz doing in that wasteland?
Hiding from witch hunters. Listen, she told me an elven mage had been there looking for Ciri.
Good. You'll need to tell me more when we have some time.
Ciri found Dandelion in Novigrad. They met up. Dandelion got them in trouble. Ciri made an enemy of Whoreson Jr., one of the city's crime bosses.
So Dandelion knows what happened to Ciri.
Yeah, gotta find him. How about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on HUD Skellige a time ago. A disaster brought about by a burst of magic. Extraordinary, really. Natural anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Ciri was its cause.
As much as I respect your intuition, Yen, we need something specific. Evidence.
I'd know for certain if I was able to inspect the disaster zone. Unfortunately, Ermion and his druids aren't letting anyone near.
Those shoes, and I've never noticed this before, those look really uncomfortable. Or does Yennefer just have some clubbed foot? What's up with that shape of her shoe? Please tell me her feet aren't shaped like that. Taking on water, Yen.
Ermion's head of the Skellige Circle? Haven't seen him since...
Since Ciri was a little girl. I doubt he'll do you any favors, not even for old time's sake.
So why won't Ermion let you inspect the area of the anomaly?
Call it a difference of opinion. A large, loud difference. Look, it's Krach.
White Wolf.
Greetings, Krach.
Crock and crate.
See you at the wake, and I'll not accept any excuses. I've an important matter to discuss with you.
I shall wear black and white for the feast. I count on you to don something complimentary. Something that doesn't reek of 1,000 hunts.
Yen, you know I can't stand new doublets. Just too tight till you break them in.
And just like Krach, I'll not accept any excuses. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. We've matters to resolve and should dress appropriately. I've rented a room at the inn. Took the liberty of laying out some clothes for you there. You ought to go. Choose something. In the meantime, I've something to attend to. We'll meet at the entrance to the feast hall.
Crock on crate says, you're coming to the wake. And Yen says, you're wearing a doublet. Man, can't a witcher get a break? So yeah, Yen is a hunchback. But she's also a powerful sorceress, so you'd never know that. That said, it's not just a high-heeled shoe. It's like her foot the shoe has this bulge on the top. Should kind of go like this, and instead it goes like this. What's up with that? Oh! The king is dead! Long live the king! Did nudge us closer to 14. I said we'd go back to the Arch Griffin for the Master Armorer's quest at 16. That could still happen today. I'd like it to. Meet Yennefer at the entrance to Caretrold Keep. Go to Yennefer's rooms and put on formal attire. There's a lot of stuff to look at in her room. Ah! Please, I hope that's not a thing. That better not be a thing. Got a notice board and some side quest givers. Stash is at Yen's place. Isn't there, there's an inn right around here too. It's not marked yet, maybe because we haven't gotten close enough, but there is an inn there. Probably an innkeeper to play Gwent with. And, so we'll check the shopkeeper. Right here.
Yesterday, instead of the fish.
Not you, huh? Okay.
Promise me a gold ring to put on the floor.
Greetings. Looking to buy?
Maybe. What do you have?
Show me your wares.
Maps. I see maps. Hard Skilliga. Fast travel points get unlocked. What do you want for all those? Actually wants a lot. Let's do it. I mean, this'll give us some fast travel points that could be pretty useful. What do we have to spend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, 1,100 for all these maps. Let's do it. Just get it out of the way. Done. It's done. Sell them our junk and get some money back. Xenovox. We're done with the Xenovox, right? Now that Kira's gone off to Kaer Morhen. Istek. Yes, I sold the Xenovox, but we no longer need it. Willow? Really? I should equip that crossbow and at least a couple of the swords we picked up.
So long.
This discussion. These. You're scaring me. It's okay. I get scared easily. Silver and steel. We're not using anything fancy right now. Blade from the bits. Because Hattori made it.
Hello, hello.
They're cool.
So very good to meet you.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Neon, what's up, Neon? Hey, Jay, how's it going? It goes well. I'm sorry, Wombat. Were you not done with the yard work? I can buy the rake back if you'd like a broken rake to work on the yard. Can do, can do. I'll send it your way. And Grey Grumps, how you doing? Hello to you. Are we gonna part with the blade from the bits? It was never a very good sword. Let's just equip these random swords we got. I don't think I have the heart to sell the blade from the bits. We went to a lot of trouble yesterday to get that blade from Hattori.
Show me your wares.
No, we were only 11 levels under. I want to get rid of the sword yet. Why that? Grey Grumps just refunded Witcher 3 on Steam. Why so?
So long.
Didn't like the game, had problems with it, got it on another platform. Why did you refund The Witcher? A lot of us are big fans of The Witcher here, but not everyone. Plenty of people hang out here, not the biggest Witcher fans.
Strange longship we're building. Bottom
I spent a lot of time getting used to the world of The Witcher. When I finally bonded with Geralt, pretty strong bond. Why are you all standing around a bloodied horse? That's nasty. Oh man, his head has been detached from his body. That's worse than anything I've ever done to a horse in a game.
Gossip about young Ancrate. Think it's true.
That's a bummer. Grey Grumps, Windows 10 crashed and now it won't boot. Not that I think we can solve a system crash live on stream, but do you mean the whole system? Your system's not running? So it's not just the game, something crashed and now the system's not running? Start the Skellige boxing. I think we can. Who's managing this fight?
I want to fight.
Grant, tell me when you're ready.
Ready!
Tournament rules. What are they?
The fighters are both upstarts seeking to prove their grit and brawn and courage, and old hands just looking to keep the rust at bay. You get similar bouts in Novigrad and Velen, but those are glorified tavern brawls, you ask me. This here's a minor festival.
Bring
Ready
it.
to fight anytime, even now.
Like to have some words with the Outlander first.
Why is everyone always trying to fix our matches?
See her? I gotta win today. She's watching.
So win.
I don't stand a chance against you. I know it well. But I was thinking, maybe you'd let me win.
Ah, Witcher don't fix fights.
Listen, if I lose on purpose, we'll both regret it. Believe me.
But it's Erica we're talking about. You don't understand a thing.
I understand you're one big muscly fucker and you can beat me if you try. How about you try?
Keep together.
Shut up and fight.
Nice. See, you got a chance. Shit. See, you even knocked me out. You won. Congratulations. Yeah, I turned my UI on instead of dodging. That was great. Ha!
Real good. Real good.
Told you could.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Didn't even break a sweat. He got his girl. Good.
Oh.
Oh!
Thinking of trying my hand.
Soon as you're ready, come.
Yeah, we still need to get that done, though.
Let's start.
Well then.
Terrible fight. Grey Grumps, that really sucks. So it was after the creators update that you had the problem.
Keep together.
You've insulted an islander, you freak.
What? Lost your nerve?
Keep together.
Shit, he got me twice! You were playing, preparing to kill the griffin.
Again. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules.
Stick together. Out of me sight.
Thinking of trying my hand.
Soon as you're ready,
Would that be
come forth and
the
speak up.
griffin in the main storyline pretty early? Vesemir's taking you to the griffin? Was it that one? I've got a griffin on my plate too. We've got the Master Armorer's quest. The Arch Griffin is
Let's start.
Well then, fight.
waiting for us.
My head down.
What? Lost your nerve?
Keep together.
Jeez, Geralt, get it together. That's what I'm saying, Wombat. You haven't had bad fights like this in a while. To be fair, that guy is pretty ripped. Geralt, are you stuck on something? What the hell, Geralt? What is... Geralt, what the fuck? Not cool, man.
You seal fart.
He does that little, he does a little jab that doesn't even try to connect. But that little jab is really good at teasing out an attempt to parry. For me, at least.
You've insulted an islander, freak.
And if I try to parry his little jab that doesn't even reach and doesn't connect, then I'm not ready to parry his next attack. God damn. He was one tough guy.
Glory are his!
Woohoo! Third try's a charm. It was fourth try, wasn't
Two
it?
bouts more before you could challenge for the title of Best in Skellige. You've got to defeat Einar, to be found on Faroe, and one Grim of Helmstein, a village on Ard Skellige. Good luck to you.
Yes, indeed. Grey Grumps. First Griffin. It was the first Griffin.
We'll stick together. We'll work out.
This has gotta be Yen's room. She always did like space and luxury.
Hmm? Grey Grumps, you were planning on getting a PS4? You didn't want to wait to play it, so you got it on PC. Hey, at least Steam lets you do that now. It sounds like you had a pretty good reason for doing it. You know, it wasn't, and I'm glad it wasn't because you hated the game. But I'd say you've got a good reason to have asked for a refund on Steam. Pick it up on another platform. Move on, play the game, enjoy. Or Megascope. Can't I examine the Megascope?
Her megascope? Guess she never goes anywhere without it. As Philippa Eilhart said, megascopes and toothbrushes, deeply personal possessions.
Go figure, Neon. That's that is interesting. Did you play it on an increased difficulty, or just gonna make us wear this stuff? I don't want to wear that stuff. Chronicles of Redania. Sure, why not? Vridank the Elf. Despite what one might conclude from his moniker, not one drop of elven blood flowed in King Vridank's veins. They called him the Elf because of his exceptional beauty, and for the great admiration he felt for Ainshade. His fascination, seemingly harmless, would have horrible long-term consequences. King Vridank, spitting in the face of all laws and customs, chose as his wife a half-elf, and one of low status at that, known as Beatrix of Kovir. The fruit of this regrettable and short-lived misalliance, know that word, was Falka, who later fomented bloody revolt against her own father. Though this uprising was ultimately extinguished and Falka herself burned at the stake, the young state was thereafter thrown into chaos for years to come. Normal difficulty. So yeah, was it the combat mechanics? Just did they not ever really click? I know a lot of people feel the combat in this game is clunky, and yet you can reach this point where it moves from button mashing, roll, dodge clunkiness into this beautiful dance. A Bravosi dance. Game of Thrones. Water of Sintra. Poison source.
The poison source. Still turns to it for inspiration.
Let's read that one. No one is born a mage. We still know too little about genetics and the mechanisms of heredity. We devote too little time and resources to this research. Sadly, we still conduct trials in the inheritance of magic ability using, let us say, natural methods. The results of these pseudo-experiments far too often can be seen in the gutters of our cities and begging outside our temple walls. Far too often we see and encounter brain-dead and moronic women covered in their own spittle and passing themselves as prophetesses, seers, village diviners, and miracle workers. Cretans with brains degenerated by the uncontrolled power they inherited. These simpletons and fools can themselves breed, can pass on their abilities and continue the degeneration. Is anyone capable of foreseeing or defining what the last link in such a chain will look like? Most of us mages lose the ability to procreate as a result of changes and disruptions to the functioning of our pituitary glands. Others, sorceresses most often, mature into their magic powers with gonads intact. They can conceive and give birth and have the audacity to consider that good fortune a blessing. Yet I repeat, no one is born a mage, and no one should be. Aware of the gravity of what I write, I provide an answer to the question posed at the summit in Sidaris. I answer with every certitude. Each of us must decide what she wants to be, a sorceress or a mother. Not that I'm aware of. Grey Grumps. There was some rumor, maybe a patched version of the game for PS4 Pro, something like that. But not a remaster, not a truly enhanced version. But maybe a patch takes advantage of some of that. Ooh, Yennefer's journal. So both, is it getting a PS4 Pro patch and an Xbox X patch? Hey, Manny. What's up? My thoughts turn with increasing frequency to the idea of capturing a djinn. If I could just harness its power, there's much I would gain. Amos Variipsis' tome confirms what I've long suspected, that despite my failure to do so previously, taming a djinn is, in fact, possible. According to Variipsis, the difficulties involved in bending such a beast to one's will can be overcome. He managed to do so, at the least. Alas, this does not mean his methods will necessarily be useful to me. Each djinn is different. Each case requires a singular approach. I've more experience unraveling such magic riddles than almost anyone else alive. And if Geralt, with his talent for wrestling unruly magic beings, agrees to help, we just might find a way to do it. The problem is, we must first find a djinn. Daunting task unto itself. And there's the unicorn. Fortunately, we won't be doing anything on the unicorn this time.
Glamour. Scent of lilac and gooseberries, even with the lid on. Taste hasn't changed. The stuffed unicorn. She fixed it.
I'd rather see her break it.
No idea how she managed to bring so much clothing. Must have hired out a galleon. As usual, black and white.
I do like Yennefer's taste. She has a bit of a bitch, though. But she has good taste. Just not doing it for me. Miss Misery, did you think we were done with pantaloons? I'm sorry to say. We weren't quite.
Right. Just not something I'd ever wear. But what don't we do for... Who exactly is she to me?
You should go in your boxers. It is optional, huh? We've already put on formal attire, but that doesn't mean we have to keep it on, right? Let's see if they let us go without boxers. Ah, shit, it's awake. Can't really do that, can I? It'd be so wrong. You go like that, though. At least it's a new pair of pants. Boxers is too casual. Yeah, see? We got pants. It's awake. We'll wear pants. You could wear the Nilfgaard stuff if you still have it. It's only a tiny bit better. Boxers are okay if you wear the white shirt. Are you serious? Let's put those together and take a look. It's not too bad. You're not kidding, are you? All right. All right. Looks ready for a wake to me. I mean, this is rare. Geralt's put on a shirt. Okay, he's not wearing a doublet and pantaloons, but...
Decent folk lived here.
We take the elevator up. Right on, Rango. Revision is done.
Got me by on you.
Wait, have I gone by it? Where is the elevator? It is here. Did you know there was an elevator here? Every time we've ever gone to this elevator, it's been a surprise to someone.
Nilfgaard's flagship. You certain?
Here it comes.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Rage Mage! There he is. What's up? Rage Mage, how you doing, man? Welcome. You're surprised it stays so stable, what with the wind and all. Now that's a fair point. It is just hanging from a string. You might expect it to shake quite a bit. Hey, Prestige, welcome. How you doing?
But I prefer me trusty axe.
Underpants. Well, see, Prestige, we're going to a wake. We figured we'd better dress fancy.
supper knives are good for picking your teeth.
There's facts. Killed under half a day before they got him down.
The elevator in Meridian is better. It's definitely cooler. But you get a better view on this one. Where did you get it? The shirt? Oh, I've been carrying it. No, for special occasion. Like a wake.
Strong as he looks. Mr. Cliffs and Peaks. On my mark.
It's in Horizon Fruit. Meridian was big city in Horizon Zero Dawn. Without saying too much.
He needs a worthy successor.
You speak as though you have someone in mind.
Skellige's troubles very much derive from it not being a hereditary monarchy. Any upstart can be king and destroy his predecessor's legacy.
The King of the Isles is a more symbolic position.
That should change as well. A strong leader who wields true power.
Another
that is
member
what the
of the
times require.
family. Hello, hello.
Grey Grumps.
So very good to meet you.
Cheers, Grey Grumps. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard.
Introduce me?
This is my friend Geralt, and this is Berna, widow of the dear departed Bran.
The Queen Mother. It's a pleasure to meet you, Geralt. You must forgive me, but on a day like today, I'm afraid I cannot indulge in my penchant for long conversations.
I can see you chose your own outfit. You know, of course, that together we look about as good as lace frills on a battle axe.
Everyone's got their style. Don't like funerals. Don't like feasts.
I know. You also dislike underdone
Eva,
meat and being teleported.
you doing?
But sometimes we must overcome our disgusts and prevail.
We should mingle before they all get drunk. There'll be no talking to anyone then.
Good thinking. I don't know what Krach wants, but when we meet with him, we should have clear minds.
I'm not gonna drink. Why dull my senses when I'm in such pleasant company?
Do you plan to compliment me all evening?
I plan to tell you what I think.
Last night was...
Lead on, Yen.
See you, lad. What have you brought for the farewell feast?
Bread, sheep's milk cheese.
Our wagon's full of loot we ripped from the black ones.
We've also wine from the temples of Melitele, remote ones. Wonder what'll please Bran more, your victuals or our war booty?
Geralt, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Your beard. Why did you decide to grow it out?
Don't really know.
Must say it suits you.
Eva, I'm very glad to hear that. Up on your feet.
Lady Yennefer. Sir.
Greetings, Arnvald. My companion is Geralt of Rivia.
I am honored.
Despite your lack of pants, I am honored.
Nice to meet you too. Quite a few guests.
They come to bid their king farewell. They come to see the claimants to the crown.
We wanted to talk to Krach on Crate.
The Jarl will join us shortly. He's assigned you a place of honor at the table just beside his daughter Ceres. Follow me, please.
They've seated us here.
I asked them to. Wanted to meet the notorious witcher Geralt.
We've met. Don't remember?
That was ages ago. Yalmer and I were children when you last visited Ardath. But you should meet your feast mates. Allow me the dubious honor. That's Halbjorn, son of Holger Blackhand. Blue Boy Lucas, Madman Lucas's firstborn, and choking down a stockfish over there is Ottred on Hindar.
And what's your name? Sorry, forgot. She's talking to Ceres? How could you forget her name
I
already?
remember our meeting all those years ago, but I don't recall your name.
Ceres on Crate, Crack, her dad, and her big brother Yalmer called a Sparrowhawk. A Yal's daughter she is. Fat lot of good it does her.
Ceres is jealous, for the one among us who performs the greatest feat will be crowned king.
We all know the feats are a sideshow. Our fathers will choose who will wear the crown. What do you think they spoke to Crack about?
You talk like that because you're short of strength and skill. Remember when Hjalmar challenged us all to
Thanks,
a race
Manny.
up the mount? You didn't stand with us then. As he buried his axe in that stump at the top to mark his victory, you were warming your chicken bones by the fire.
Had my reasons for not participating, but I would have won then, as I'd win now.
Now that you mention him, just noticed Hjalmar's not here.
My brother walks his own paths. But about the race, why don't we repeat it? I'm willing to challenge any of you, Witcher included. If I beat him to the top, venture to say that'd be a feat, eh? So you in?
If the Witcher's in.
Climbing race, right?
Geralt?
Sure.
Gladly. What are the rules?
Whoever pulls Hjalmar's axe from the stump at the top of the hill wins. Stray off the path and you lose.
And here I was, ready to puke from all the boredom. Let's go!
Yeah, woo, she's one of the better characters. One of my favorite.
We're here. From this spot, you must reach the top of that mount. At the summit, you'll see the stump of an oak. Yalma's axe buried in it. Whoever pulls the axe from the stump first, wins.
I'm ready.
You'll start when I sound the horn.
School, everybody! I'm
Sea Star, what's up?
Show me what you've got,
Welcome!
Mr. Slayer.
Well, that's how you dress for a wake. That is how I dress for a wake. You said it. Anyone seen Ceres? Seem to have lost her. Link would dominate this race. He might. It's not a straight line. Sync T, I don't know about Pro, but I've got, I do love it. I've got a lot of time in it. What are you doing, Sync T? Ceres, are you coming? Wow, she's way behind.
I won, but only by a hair.
No such thing. There's winning and there's losing, and I lost. We best go back to the week.
Ceres, it's okay. I've let her win.
See the wakes in full swing.
Lost sight of you.
Easter, how you doing?
I lost.
Lost to a Witcher, Sparrowhawk. That'd likely happen to any of us. Enough of the nattering, let's drink.
He did say he was gonna avoid drinking. Gonna stick to your guns, Geralt?
Can't today, for good reason, believe me.
Well, if not today, then when?
Every other
You've been
day?
great company. Sadly, it's time we moved on.
Really?
Indeed. We must talk, but not here. You shall learn all beyond that door.
This room is pretty decked out. They got a lot of good food here.
Shame.
You let her win
Why
once,
would I?
Wombat. I don't know if I ever have. What happens if you let her win? Rage, are you swooning right now, man?
Allow me to introduce Geralt of Rivia, a Witcher. Geralt, Jarl Donar and Hinder, and Jarl Madman Lugos.
Calling Lugos a madman's an insult to madmen. He's a common goat fucker.
Call me a goat fucker one more time, and I'll chop off your head, stick it on a pike, and piss down your neck hole.
Enough! Time to settle this. Here and now.
They don't call him madman for nothing.
Giving me a true fright right now. Shat my best trousers. Put that away before you cut yourself, you cunt.
Cheers, Sea Star. What'd you think of that Twin Peaks? Thought it wasn't the strongest episode yet. Still good. Still good. You let her win once, too? Rango, that was my thought. Exactly what makes for an uncommon goat fucker. Do you take me for a common goat fucker? No, you're exceptional at it.
Settle this outside.
Who the fuck are you to advise me, eh?
Someone with better manners. You insult Bran's memory and Krag's hospitality with this. Emperor would be very pleased to hear you quarrel.
His Imperial Majesty is more than welcome to visit.
Let him sail over here. We ain't afraid of the black ones.
Raiding coastal villages is one thing. Total war with the Empire is another.
Awfully mouty, this one. Go stir your cauldron and pierce some boils, witch. Don't talk when you haven't got a fucking clue.
Know what, Lugos? Just realized I don't give a damn about your hallowed rules of hospitality.
Finally, some diversion. And here I was ready to puke from all the boredom. Come on, freak. Show us what you're made of.
Move the benches. There's to be some gob slapping.
Twist his fucking gob. Make him choke on his teeth already.
That's true. Heard the scene.
Yes.
Pound in the mug. Twist his fucking gob. Make him choke on his teeth already. Oh.
Yes!
Had enough?
You got me good. That were quite a wallop. Still seeing spots. Room rocking like a leaky tub in a hurricane.
We'll call it even then, soon as you apologize to the lady.
Don't hold it against me, milady. It's my deep conviction sorceresses are needed. Deeply so.
No offense taken. Forget about it.
That I like.
Forget
And the
about it.
knocking. It's what men do. Give me your paw, Witcher. Let me squeeze. It's a worthy one. Witcher, have a drink with me. Proof there's no hard feelings. And visit me at times, I insist. Yoren's been jabbering about bringing in a Witcher for that haunted lighthouse. Do me a favour. Meet him for an ale in the tavern near Arenbjorn. Then you but a short jaunt to find me, so as we can knock back something stronger. Here's to our next.
Badly do we piss off Madman if we won't drink with him. Geralt's not drinking today. Didn't you hear the news?
No hard feelings, but we'll have to drink another time.
And we will
Yes.
drink another
We've
time.
important discussions ahead.
You land rats are all the same. Fear to you wenches.
Didn't we just settle that Madman? Didn't we just...
What now?
Now we pay a visit to Ermien's laboratory.
Didn't know we'd been invited.
Because we've not been.
Take it Ermien won't be there.
That's right.
And what's the purpose of this visit?
We're looking for an object. The Mask of Cerberus. We'll need it. Come, Geralt.
Now you'll tell me why you need this mask.
Oh, I shall. In due course.
Take it you'll decide when.
Correct.
I end up pissing off some guards once. Somehow, they caught wind of my stealing. We were running around in here, and a guard saw something, and it all fell apart. Ballads and hymns. Pass. For now. Kovir and Povis, huh? Sure, why not? Kovir and Povis are without a doubt the richest realms in the north. Few today remember that this was not always the case, yet their poverty was once literally on everyone's lips in the form of now antiquated common sayings. As recently as in the days of Heribert the Quarrelsome, one spoke of a particularly impoverished person as being poorer than a mouse from Povis, called bone broth Koviri delight, and referred to beggars as Praxides, after the bay along the shores of which these kingdoms lie. Similarly, few remember that a mere handful of generations ago Kovir and Povis were still a part of Redania. King Radovid I, known as Radovid the Great, handed dominion over them to his hated brother, Troyden, with one stipulation, that he never leave his newly acquired Demesne? How do you say that? I love how The Witcher throws words at me I've not ever been familiar with. Demesne. And not interfere in matters of state. Handing over this rocky scrap of far northern ground, where the saying went, a year had 2 seasons, August and winter, was naturally meant as a cruel joke, a slap in the face for the over-ambitious Troyden. Yet time soon proved that Radovid the Great had made a grave error. Before long it was discovered that Kovir's bare rocks hid priceless treasure in the form of enormous deposits of precious metals and rock salt. This discovery in turn led to tremendous growth in productive industry. Mills, forges, and workshops sprouted up like mushrooms after a hearty rain. Radovid III decided to correct his famous forebear's mistake and take back the northern frontiers of his kingdom. He was convinced the combined armies of Redania and its then ally Cadwin would quickly bring this ever more audacious vassal in line. History took a different turn, however, and Kovir won a resounding, crushing victory. Radovid III was forced to sign the first treaty of Lan Exeter, granting Kovir independence while binding it to eternal neutrality, a promise Troyden's successors have kept with great diligence. Until recently, Kovir was ruled by Esterad Thesan, a king as wise as he was greedy. Yet his untimely demise did not stop his lands from continuing to develop and blossom. Koviri metallurgists proudly compete with the best Mahakam can offer, and many believe the University of Lan Exeter long ago surpassed the famous Oxenfurt Academy as the leading seat of higher learning in the north. And so it has come to pass that, over the course of a few generations, the inhabitants of Kovir and Povis have turned from paupers into princes, from beggars into bankers. Grey Grumps, thank you. Demesne, still don't know how to pronounce it. Means owning a patch of land by one's own right, or something. Thank you. Thanks for waiting, Yen. Or, thanks, Geralt. Royal lineage, both. Hey, can we get back to our, what are we doing here with this shirt on? God, no. Geralt? What have you been drinking? I thought you weren't drinking. It's pronounced domain. Oh, domain. Domain, thank you. Domain. If I remember that next time it comes up. How do you know I don't do that already, Rango? Maybe the only reason I'm wearing a shirt here is Twitch rules. You don't know. Someone posted a great Witcher cosplay shot the other day in Discord. It was Geralt and Ciri and Triss in a car. And the Geralt...
Footsteps.
Looked like me. Scary.
Shh. Guards. Hide behind the tapestry.
Sparrows chip, while starlings chirp.
What do jackdaws do?
Jackdaws caw. Goldfinches warble, and cranes whoop. Whereas peacocks screech. Hawks scream, larks trill, and doves, they coo. That's all of them.
What about nightingales?
All right, nightingales croon.
Was Geralt adjusting his medallion? Let me just fix my collar here.
That was close. This'll be tough to open.
Go.
Surprises never end. See the ravens?
Hard not to.
Ermien's spies. An indication that we're near his laboratory. I also sense a clear magic aura. Come, there's a ledge outside this window. We must pass along it.
Seen uglier sights in my life.
Geralt of Rivia, being romantic.
Oh, nice. Gonna bring us along in. She didn't want to climb. She didn't want to walk 12 steps and then climb up, so she just teleported.
Yes?
Guess you want me to go first then. Nice, Geralt. Got skills. I knew he was challenged by little things. Couldn't quite walk over, but I didn't know he couldn't do stairs. Sorry, Geralt, just put one foot in front of the other. Try not to fall down.
Hobby can render a man mysterious. Fascinating.
Especially a druid. Must be a real nature lover.
Yes?
Had one at Kaer Morhen.
Please.
Looks alive.
Exactly how does that look alive, Geralt? Considering you've got wolves biting you in the ass every day.
A hunted loose an arrow if you saw that in the woods. A basin of water.
For teleprojection, a reflection of Ermion appears on the surface. Supplicants speak to it. Are you all right?
Cut myself. The door's locked. The animals, they're alive. Yen, watch out.
Geralt, you're tripping.
Monsters.
You better watch out.
Feel them coming closer. They're everywhere. What now? Smells of mushrooms in here.
Gee! Considering how hard you're tripping, Geralt, I would never have thought of mushrooms. I do too, a little bit. At least a little bit. I remember being real surprised. You okay, Geralt? Can I get you some water? Antidote?
What's happening?
You were hallucinating. You ran at Ermion's animals, sword flailing. I had to calm you.
You took out all the dioramas, Geralt. That was mean. Yen?
Mind if we, never mention this again?
Naturally. Doors open. We'll proceed as soon as you've collected trophies of your kills. Let's go inside, Geralt.
Look, he chopped up all the stuffed animals.
Had one at Kaer Morhen.
Please.
Looks alive.
Oh, he's saying the same things, even though he's now cut them to shreds.
I'll lock the entrance. We don't want to raise suspicions.
You don't think all those shredded stuffed animals are gonna raise suspicions?
Dear
I think it's too late, Yen.
We must search it thoroughly. The Mask of Ouroboros must be here. Wondrous world of insectoids. Ritual plants. Ah, what do you know? Raymond Marlove. A biography enhanced.
Remember Raymond?
Skelliger's tales about the wild hunt.
The islanders believe the wraiths sail on a longship built of the claws of dead men.
The island folk of Skellige, like many nations of the north, hold a series of beliefs about the wild hunt as recorded in legends, myths, and fables. This horrifying phenomenon is said to herald the coming of war and misfortune. Characteristic of their tales, and distinguishing them from their continental versions, is that the islanders imagine the Wild Hunt not as a cavalcade of wraiths galloping across the night sky, but as a ghostly longship. The vessel, called the Naglfar, is said to be built of the claws of dead men. For this very reason, superstitious Skelligers remove the nails of their dead, expressly to prevent them from being used to fortify this ghastly ship. In many legends, the Naglfar sails out of Marhog, the land of chaos.
Pinecone. Didn't expect this. A large female.
Large female pinecone? Geralt?
Ermien's wand. He's one of the few druids to use one.
Hardly looks like a wand.
Look at this. A detailed map of the Northern Kingdoms. Even shows spheres of influence over the ages.
Out of date.
Thanks, Yen.
Looks like Ermien places something in the statue's hand.
I'll try a pine cone. Yeah, you do that, Geralt.
What do you say we give it a pine cone? Nothing.
At least he doesn't sound surprised.
Need something else. Gotta look around.
You passed the trial of taxidermy. That is the most elevated Witcher trial. Yeah, I know there's a skull over on the table there. Just looking around. First.
Laboratory worthy of an imperial alchemist.
Sword in the stone.
A sword in a stone.
That's what I said.
He's begging me to pull it out.
Geralt.
It's not in the stone, don't you see? It's held there by a vice.
How would I see that, Yen?
A goat carved out of lindenwood, signed to Uncle Ermien.
Little Ciri's handiwork.
The bestest, most uncommon goat fucker there is. What do you take me for, a common goat fucker? No, you're exceptional, and you get a statue of a goat for your special skills.
Dwarven triple mead.
Corpse of Novigrad.
The Corpse of Novigrad by Sasha Hadi.
Wrong. Alexander Ho walked down the long corridor, delighted that the sounds of debauchery pouring out of the rooms drowned out the sound of his footsteps. The long-neglected brothel floor creaked and moaned, as though the wood regretted being witness to the lecherous scenes fed to it by this house of ill repute, standing in the very center of the pride of the northern cities. Ho had been... Did they really... Someone named Ho in jokes about a brothel? That's great. Ho had been generously remunerated for this visit by the wife of a silk merchant. She had long suspected her husband of dabbling with loose women during his working hours. The case had seemed simple enough. Banal, even. A cheating husband. How many similar affairs had he unraveled? The worst was that his employers never truly wanted him to bring irrefutable proof of their husband's guilt. On the contrary, in their heart of hearts, they always hoped his investigations would prove their husband's model citizens, and their suspicions wholly unfounded. This time, it truly did turn out that the woman's husband was no whoremonger, despite the fact that his trail led Alexander to a place in which fleshy pleasures were bought and sold. The door in front of which he stopped, following the instructions he had received from the gnome at the entrance, had a small plaque with the number 16 on it. Unlike the other rooms, this one was enveloped in an unsettling calm. O turned the doorknob and pushed the door open, and what he saw behind it far exceeded his worst expectations. Oh, you can't end there. That's practically a cliffhanger.
A child's skull. Let's try again. So, statue, how about a skull? Guess you're no indecisive prince.
Where's part 2? You quiver
How about a mug
with
of meat?
anticipation.
Statue or not, everybody needs a drink sometimes. Huh. Seems like it worked. Who would have thunk?
I forgot it was the mead.
Ermion enjoys jests achieved at the expense of others. I have a sneaking suspicion the mask will be in here.
Race you to it. Oh, the White Frost. One can hear Ethleen's prophecy whispered at every market, garbled and reused by every village witch, delved into in any treatise touching on sooths and diviners, and in general saturating our common culture. We all know that the time of the Wolf's Blizzard approaches, the time of the White Frost, and that the world will perish amidst ice. But few truly understand the meaning of these words. The self-proclaimed prophets who shout out Ethleen's words mistake stars reflected in a still pond for the sky. For the White Frost is no legend or mythical apocalypse. It is a natural phenomenon that can be described in the dry yet precise language of scholarship. The renowned scholar of Thorn's studies have clearly shown that our world is not the center of the universe, but one of 1,000 such globes spinning in the endless darkness of space. This space is usually described as a vacuum, yet to do so is grossly misleading, for through this vacuum swims, invisible to the naked eye, the White Frost. We do not know exactly what the White Frost is, perhaps a microscopic dust that blocks the incoming light of the sun, perhaps infinitesimal particles of the sort postulated by Democritus of Banard, with the unusual property of sucking up warmth as a sponge does water. We know for certainty, however, that, thanks to the telescopic observations of elven astronomers, the White Frost, whatever it is, has already destroyed a great many worlds. The star systems in which it appears perish into lifeless hunks of ice over the course of a few decades. Furthermore, each scholar is agreed that the White Frost will one day come to our world. Ethleen's prophecy, though based on magic intuition and not scientific observation, thus appears to foretell the truth. Many mages are skeptical about the theses presented here. I recommend they carry out the same experiment I have conducted on my own in my own laboratory. Using the spell Portus Asterum, open a microscopic portal for 3.5 seconds to the coordinates 0331489089270934. Yet before you do, dress in your warmest furs and ready an axe for breaking through thick ice.
Geralt, come here. I found the mask. This is it.
Was that your stomach, Yen? We better get you some food, quick. Really, Yen, you should eat something.
We've got it. We must return to the feast quickly before...
Before you starve to death. Do we have? That be Elementa oil? Wood, yes. Elementa oil. Did Yen actually land the last blow? Nice job. You're just walking off, huh?
Hear that?
Smelled it. Gas. Grate still closed. Gotta think of something quick.
Well, we could just blow it up. Of course, we're in here. That would be painful. Wrong kind of gas. We're gonna die in here. You want from me, Yen?
The damn druid will poison us. This vapor's deadly. We've got but a few minutes.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Quickly. First thing to come to your mind.
We're gonna die. Sorry, Yen.
Hold on tight.
Sorry, Yen. These lips are saved for someone else. The choice. Okay. An entrance.
Now heed my words. There is no greater act of valor than to fight a beast cursed by men and gods. No greater deed than that done to serve the goddess.
Words of uncommon beauty. We thank you. And we'll take them to heart. But now, let's begin. We have seen Bran off to the beyond, and must now choose his successor. A king must be wise. A king must command respect. A king must have bollocks. We've no lack of men like that. Let those who feel worthy of the throne of Skellige step forward.
Ceres, do it.
My son could not be here this day. Behold his axe. Behold his will. May the best man or woman win. What's got into her?
She's your daughter, is she not?
Now I know why she said she'll sail to speak her of. Ah, children. The older they grow, the more trouble there. Come with me. All the more essential we talk now.
King Bran's funeral and wake. This has been a long sequence.
Was it, Geralt, when Ciri was nearing womanhood? I remember well her nan, her mother, what they were like. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Ciri was impossible to control. No telling her what to do. Had to have things her own way almost always. Why do you ask?
No specific reason. She and Ceres, they're of a similar age. But we'll speak of my children later. First, let's speak of yours. Yennefer claims Ciri's in trouble. And you seek her.
That's right.
If you require aid, gold, ships, anything, merely say the word. I'll give you all I can. And I know the lass lives. I'm sure of it. When the blood of Rhiannon's daughters is shed, the sea grows white with fury. I'd mark such a storm.
Magic anomaly on Ord Skellig somehow related to Ciri, or so Yennefer believes.
It's my strong suspicion, but I can only know for certain by examining the site.
I saw the twisted forms. Right unnatural. The druids were barely able to contain it. Explain to me, Yennefer, how Ciri might have caused this great catastrophe.
I'm intent on learning that very thing, which I will do as soon as Ermion stops hindering my investigation.
Don't concern yourself with him. Druids have little trust for mages. But Ermion's heart is in the right place. Am I right to assume he does not know you seek Ciri?
It's of no concern to him.
As I thought. At any rate, HUD Skellig's my isle. You've my permission to investigate as you see fit.
Wondering if I should talk to Ermion.
Leave that to me. Go. Seek and find your Cyrilla. If any ill befell her here, on HUD Skellig on my watch, I'd never forgive myself.
Thank you.
No need. I swore an oath once. I aim to keep it. Unfold! Tell the druid I must speak to him. At the usual spot. I've one more matter to broach. My children. You remember Hjalmar? Well, he swore an oath to kill the giant of Undvik. Set off and has yet to return. Whereas Ceres announced that she's to set off on an adventure of her own. Got it in her head that Udalric is not mad, but cursed.
Take it Ceres wants to lift the curse.
There's no curse to speak of. Ceres has decided she must match Hjalmar and sort out a deed worthy of a queen.
Think she might need my help? You did plan to ask me for it. Why?
The thing is, I don't trust Udalric further than I can spit. Ceres won't listen to me, or her brother. Yet confronted by a professional who will explain why she's mistaken, she just might come to her senses. So yes, I ask that you explain things to her and bring her back.
Giants. They've been extinct for ages. Anyone actually seen the one on Undvik?
Aye, dozens of refugees have. The giant drove everyone off the isle. I've welcomed what remains of Clan Tordarach here on HUD Skellig.
I heard a rumor that an unnatural frost gripped Undvik before the giant appeared.
It's true. At any rate, Hjalmar decided to kill the giant and give the isle back to its people. A deed worthy of a king, he believes. My son gathered a hearty crew at the new port. They were to sail to Undvik, then travel on foot to Oskar, the village. But that many lads should have killed the giant long ago. Thus, I thought to ask you.
You should start at the new port. Ask around. Hjalmar might have told someone there his plans.
Can't help wondering. Got no plans to vie for the crown yourself? Think a good number of the Jarls would support you.
A good number? Those opposed would be fierce, rabid. Madman Lugas would sooner see an Nilfgaardian on the throne. Besides, a man should know when to step aside. Hand the tiller to the youth among us.
If either Hjalmar or Ceres need help, I'll help them.
I thank you.
Well, now that we're done thanking one another, let's get to work. We must determine if Ciri is still on HUD Skellig. I'll change into travel attire and find you. Head south. The anomaly we should investigate destroyed a stretch of forest along the shore of the bay. A successful feast on all counts, Krach. I will see you later.
Ooh, that was a whole long sequence. The king is dead. Long live the king. Yennefer wants to meet us at the site of the magic cataclysm she believes Ciri was responsible for. Magic cataclysm had devastated a large part of the Isle of Ardskellig, and Yennefer suspected Ciri had had something to do with it. The raven-haired sorceress thus set out with Geralt to the Isle's mysteriously deformed woods to look for signs of their one-time ward's presence. We are overdue for a break. I am overdue for a break. Would be nice to get level 16 today. Go back to the Archgriffin, see if we can wrap up Master Armors, but got a little ways to go to do that. All those maps we bought paid off. Look at all the fast travel points we have around Skellige. Although look at how the path goes. The terrain is not so well portrayed here on the map. Will it be a simple matter of walking right up? There are some places on the islands of Skellige that are a lot trickier to navigate than the map might make them look. You can't always go in a straight line. But let's try jumping to Redgill after the break. And see if we can't go directly. It may be too steep. We may have to take a long way around or come at it some other way. How friendly is mod support for this game? What do you mean by friendly, Rango? Posted the link earlier to Nexus Mods, who has a Witcher 3 page on PC. It's plenty mod friendly. I take your meaning. Anyways, let me take a break. I'll be back. It's going to be a slightly longer break, about 8-9 minutes. Let's play a few songs. 3-4 songs here. Nightingale, Silver for Monsters, Whispers of Oxenfurt, City of Intrigue. Sound good? I'll see you back here in a few. Gonna go stretch my legs and grab a drink. Smoke them if you got them. I'll see you back here.